Hello guys, it's Nato Ace, and I want to give my quick early impression of Pokemon Home. Yes, it's been a while since I done my last impression. So this one's gonna be my, like I said, a quick first impression because I did start using Pokemon Home, which is an app to able to bring Pokemon from other games to the current game, especially Sword and Shield. And as always, to some extent, it depends how good you are with the mechanics. It does get convoluted. So, for people who don't know, just in case, what is Pokemon Home? It's a recent app. Right now, it's an app because there are some sort of game mechanic inside, like a mini game, but not so much. But it's a app for the mobile system and the Nintendo Switch. And the two version you're probably gonna need to download. For the Switch, it's the place where you can transfer Pokemon, while the mobile version is where you trade Pokemon from other people who has home, connect online to do a global trade system. Yes, they brought that back. And then also there's some mini game like you judge Pokemon, and then if you do certain thing in home, you get like a free Pokemon, which they kind of done that before in previous storage type Pokemon app. Let's just go with that one. And as of right now, there's two versions for home, a premium and the free version. The free version is you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go, which is coming soon, sadly, but also Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee to Sword and Shield as of right now. Of course, there have been rumor another Pokemon game is going to come for 2020. Pokemon Diamond Pearl Remake, that's been the rumbling there because, probably the pattern also. But that's the free version. The premium version you have to pay depends on the SKU. And people already talk about it. My gist of it is a little questionable, but probably understandable because you are paying for servers. Is that you can integrate it with Pokemon Bank, which is the 3DS version of the storage system that work with, of course, the 3DS Pokemon. And of course, there's a companion app called the Pokemon Transport Box, which is compatible with, sadly to say, only with Black, White, Black 2, White 2. And I'll explain that later after my impression here, like, what do you do for people who still don't know? Like I said, it gets convoluted. So now, what are my quick, early impression of Pokemon Home, and actually for both versions? Because like I said, you don't have to use both of them, but there's pros and cons about each version. First, I want to give my impression on the Switch version, which is mainly, it's all about transferring your Pokemon from a previous game to a new game. So you don't have to do any trading in that one. You just move Pokemon, and it's very, very easy there. So I kind of did it. I did an experiment because I have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and then I had some Pokemons already, and then I put them on the Pokemon Home because that's how it works, and then switch to another box. The way how it's set up is that you choose which game that you want to see the Pokemon on. And the best part is you don't need the game itself. Unless you're playing Pokemon, like the game itself, you can actually see your Pokemon by I guess I'm going to assume the save data, probably also your Nintendo account. It's probably attached to it. Because one part you have to understand is that in the mobile version, you have to log into your My Nintendo. On the Nintendo Switch, I'm just gonna guess because you're already logged in, so no need to re-log in, I guess. So like I said, back to the Switch version, able to move Pokemon, so it's really easy. Like the setup is easy. It shows what games you have under your Nintendo account, and in particular in that game, whatever Pokemon you have on the storage. Not so much of what you have during your travel, the 6 Pokemon you choose, but the storage. It reads the storage, that's what it is. And transfer them is easy. And how it goes is, say, I get some Pokemon in Let's Go series. I want to move them to Sword and Shield. You move the Pokemon, you put them on the Pokemon Home, and then after that is that you go to another game, and then you take that Pokemon on Home and you put it on the actual game. It kind of show you that there will be 2 storage boxes, one for the game itself and one for Pokemon Home. And you can actually also see what Pokemon you have on Home by just clicking Pokemon Home. So the setup is you got the Switch games. So like I said, the Let's Go series right now and Sword and Shield, and then also Pokemon Home. And very easy, so I'm surprised. I thought it'd be like, is it going to be that complicated? No, it's very easy. So that's the main feature of the Switch version. In the mobile, I think it's more of managing your Pokemon, like what's going on. Because according to the website, the main objective of the mobile version is to trade Pokemon, and also for strange reason you can only get promo gift or the mystery gift on the mobile phone. Weird, but yeah, I think that's more of the main objective. I did play some of it, but I didn't play all of it. I didn't do the online trading, and of course there was the Pokemon Judge, which you judge a Pokemon, which I don't know how that's really work. And according to the website, also it's on the Switch version. But like I said, the thing I did in the Switch was just transfer Pokemon. And the mobile, right now, just managing the Pokemon that I have. However, one of the best part on Pokemon Home on mobile is you do get a free Pokemon. Yes, it's not on the Switch, but on the mobile. So if you do create an account on the mobile version, the character and the guy who's in charge of it is Grand Oak, so some Professor Oak that looks like something from Back to the Future. Forget what's that guy named, Professor Emmett Brown, Doc Brown, yeah, that guy. Yeah, it's so funny. A lot of people did meme about it, but whatever. Another Oak, maybe a Supreme Oak, I don't know. Now there's a third Oak. And yeah, he'll give you one of the 3 Kanto starter Pokemon, of course, which is Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. There you go. So, is it really difficult to understand how it works? Not so much. There's always going to be a help tip on either both version. Like I said, the Nintendo version, Switch, is all about moving Pokemon. On the mobile version, it's all about trading Pokemon. So, the best part about this one is, to some extent, is there is a free version, but of course, you know there's going to be a premium version. But at least there is a free version, because if you remember Pokemon Bank, in order to use the app, you have to pay $5 a year. It makes sense because you're paying for server. So in Pokemon Home, at least, there is a starter version that you get some feature, and then there's also a premium version which you get more stuff. And one of them that you're able to do only if you have a premium version is also integrated with Pokemon Bank. So they're still supporting that, and there's been a new update now to make it compatible with Home. And of course, because of Home's release, Pokemon Company were generous enough to give people a month free. How it works. And again, Pokemon Bank is not really that hard either. A bit convoluted, but it's not really that hard. So same goes with Move. So I have not tried the premium yet because I don't have a lot of Pokemon. The best time to, like I said, in my opinion, to do a premium if you're way far ahead of the game. Either Let's Go series, it should be, because the game came out like years, and then of course just last year Sword and Shield, and a lot of people already are far ahead. That's when you start using probably the premium, maybe optimize it, better experience. But for me personally, unfortunately, I have too many games. I'm not even that far yet in Sword and Shield, Same goes with Let's Go series. Kind of, I know it's embarrassing for me, but I'm old. I'm old. So, like I said, I'm only doing impression on the basic version right now. So, what about the cost? Well, 1 month is $3. So that kind of makes sense. 3 months, $5. Okay, that's double of the other one. Kind of sort of makes sense. And a lot of people were concerned with the 1 year, the 12-month, because it's $16. For me, I thought I knew it's going to be paid, but I would not think they would be that much. I would guess it would be $10. But again, probably there's something more to MBCI there. So you do gotta keep in mind that Pokemon Home is a service. Is it a game? As of right now, the only mini game that it has, well, actually two. One is you can judge Pokemon. Two, and they've been doing this in the previous box type app game like Pokemon Box, Pokemon Ranch, and of course Pokemon Bank, is that the more you store Pokemon on, well, let's just go with home, you unlock new Pokemon. And if you complete the national deck, yes, the national deck, which is currently for Sword and Shield, because of the Sword and Shield Pokemon, you do get a super uber rare Pokemon. So so there is something there. So there is some sort of game, but not so quite of like a mini game. Like I said, one is to judge, the other one is kind of complete your national deck, to build your national deck. And how do you do that? Of course, you have to play a lot of Pokemon game. And that's another key thing, is that you're gonna need to probably use Pokemon Bank to able to get a lot of the Pokemon and complete the Pokemon Home national deck. So that's the best thing also, is it has a national deck. Not so much with Sword and Shield, but it's a different story there. So as of right now, what early quick impression score would I give Pokemon Home for both version? And for the Switch version, I have to really give it, believe it or not, a 8 out of 10. Why is that? Because it's easy, it's not really that convoluted, and you don't need to have the game always put in just to see what your Pokemon is. It's already been reading, probably, like I said, the saved data, so it makes it convenient. And another best part here is, so you say you have Pokemon on home that you got from the Let's Go series, and maybe eventually, like I said, later on, Pokemon Go, and you want to move them to Sword and Shield. It will tell you which Pokemon that's compatible to Sword and Shield without looking to any guide or the internet. So right there, made it convenient. So that was 8 out of 10. Con about it right now is there's really nothing much you can do with the Switch version. Yeah, there is this thing called the Battle Point, but as of right now, again, it's just barely released this month, February, so they're probably going to do something more about it. So when it comes with the mobile version, I have to give it a 6 out of 10. It is good. It's meant to do some managing for your Pokemon. That's the whole point. However, a lot of the trading, you kind of have to rely on your phone, and it depends how strong your phone is. So that's also the thing from what I heard. A lot of people have said they have some problems. So what I mean by that, so if you're using Wi-Fi, then it depends how strong your Wi-Fi is. So, and then of course, if you're in the public place, you're gonna use your phone's data plan or whatever. That could be a little bit of a challenge there. And then, of course, depends on how powerful your phone is. Are you able to do trading with someone who also have Pokemon Home on their mobile? Again, there's a lot of factors because you are relying on your phone rather than your Switch. And you might say, well, maybe the phone is much better than your Switch. Well, remember, you can bring your Switch also. So the downside really with the mobile is It depends how powerful your phone is and what's your data plan and how strong the internet is. Again, there's a lot of factors. That's why it's 6 out of 10. The reason also I gave the mobile version a 6 out of 10 is that there is sort of a hiccup when it first launched. So, tip to anyone who's starting Pokemon Home on the mobile, when they ask you for the very first time to log into your Nintendo account, do it. Do it as soon as possible, because what happened is, and there's a lot of controversy what happened, and it happened to me too, because here's the situation. I was playing the mobile version late at night, and I didn't know my password. I forgot because I'm tired, so I said I'll log in later. And then I decided to log in on the Switch version. And then once I knew my password, then I tried to log in. They said, well, unfortunately, someone already using your account in this particular Pokemon Home, so you can't really log in. I'm like, wait, what? Not in the mobile, I know the Switch. So what the heck is going on? And how to look it up what the solution is. And the time that when I get Pokemon Home on my mobile, they said the solution was, delete the whole thing and start over. We download, and then when they ask you to put in your Nintendo account, do it as soon as possible. Then it works. So I'm like, okay, well that's a little bit of a problem there. Yeah, so you gotta make sure also, and that's one of the 6 out of 10, because right now the infrastructure system not really perfect. I know a lot of people complain about it. People went so far on the mobile who did not log in. They said, oh, shoot. And then they had to delete it, start over. Kind of like what I did. And then when I did that, logged it in as soon as possible. Oh, okay, there you go. It's golden. And then both games are synced. So, again, that's good. But at the same time, the game syncing. But, 6 out of 10 because you gotta log in as soon as possible. You can't log in later on when you feel like it, because then the game think that, oh, well, this account has been used for another Pokemon Home, and you're like, I'm confused what happened there. Yeah, a little downside there. And of course, just want to add this also with the Switches. A lot of the feature that's on the mobile phone could probably also be on the Switch. But like I said, I think Nintendo wanted to be in the phone because it's more convenient. The point of the Switch is just to able to transfer them, and that's really easy there. That's why the Switch version is 8 out of 10, while the mobile version is 6 out of 10. Why do they have both versions? I don't know. So, as of right now, is it worth getting Pokemon Home? And in my personal opinion, if you're going for the basic, then yes, because it's free. You can't really screw that up. There's really nothing to lose for doing something free. But when you do the premium, especially if you want to do a year, that's going to be costed right now. And as of right now, for $16, there's not really much reason to really store your Pokemon. Unless you have a lot and you run out of space on your game, that means you're probably capturing a lot of multiple same Pokemon. But again, I don't know, man. Right now it's a little bit tricky, but of course, you gotta understand that maybe in the long run, they're gonna justify the $16 because what's gonna happen is they're probably gonna add some new stuff, maybe no new games. They're gonna put new features in. I mean, from what I heard, they said they are gonna plan to keep improving the game. So there you go. So there you go, my early quick impression of Pokemon Home. I'm gonna play more for both versions, see how it goes, and let's see if there's a new update. I might do this again somewhere down the line, maybe 6 months from now. Heck, maybe by the end of the year when the rumor of Pokemon remake of Diamond Pearl, again, no one knows about that. So yes, again, like I said, the Switch version, 8 out of 10 because of transfer, much really easy. And they will tell you which is compatible Pokemon to be transferred to Sword and Shield, while the mobile is 6 out of 10 because as of right now, the main feature is frustrating. But again, like I said, it depends on your phone, the data plan, how powerful your internet in your phone is. There's a lot of factors there. So we'll see if there's some, there'll be something there. With that, I'll see you guys later.